time out. So we talked about, you just said like a CNN thing that I keep hearing, and these liberals on Fox News keep saying violence on both sides. So, okay, when was the last violent episode from the right? Please explain.
Okay, well, if you look at news from earlier in the week, at the Manhattan Republican Party, when they invited Gavin McInnes to speak there, after the speech, there's been reports of a group organization we know, Russ, that actually we hung out with on election night 2016, the Proud Boys, had a violent altercation with some leftist protesters that may or may not have been Antifa. I don't know exactly who the person was. Reports from Mother Jones, of all places, saying that the impetus for this particular fight was one of the protesters stealing a MAGA hat off of a Proud Boy, and then a fight ensued stopping that theft. So that's an example of
no, wait.
Out of control escalation, quote unquote, of the right.
Yeah, so if that's the best you could come up with, that's pretty terrible. That was not the right attacking anyone, and this was not some white supremacist group, by the way.
Okay, so now let's go to the other story from recently, as we broadcast the show. In Oregon, in Portland, there was an organization that was holding a law and order rally in response to Antifa basically taking over Portland and, violent protests and harassing people, in their cars and whatever. An organization called Patriots Prayer.
White people, by the way, Gene. Correctly put it. White people. Old white men. Yes, okay. Go.
Patriots Prayer, who then got into some violent brawls with Antifa in Portland. Details are sketchy as to what set things off in different places. One was outside of a bar, of all places, called Kerry's Olympian, which we must now check out in Portland next time we're there, Russ.
I'll never be there.
I know, me neither. I'm just saying. And so that would be another example of that violent right. But if you notice, everything we've talked about, Russ, who starts it? I mean, I don't want to be the tattletale kid saying, well, he started it. But that's really...
well, yeah. I mean, if you're stealing hats off people's heads or bullying their families in restaurants, this is not the right being violent. It's them defending themselves. So it's not both sides being violent. It's one side being violent and the other side defending themselves. I don't remember, Gene, and maybe you can find the video and put it on our website, of Obama supporters being beaten during the elections of, Barack Obama. I don't remember that.
You mean
I don't remember
those violent Tea Partiers with their Bibles and their marches?
I don't remember Hillary supporters getting beaten, but I can find dozens of videos on a quick search of Trump supporters being beaten, still, to this day.
Absolutely.
So where's the violence coming from? It's clearly coming from the left.
Whoa, hold on a second here, Russ. Don't say that to anybody from the left, because they'll say to you, Antifa's not the left. And I say back to them, well, if the Tea Party is the right, and we're the right is quote unquote responsible for the Tea Party, then how can the left be not quote unquote responsible for Antifa? It's ridiculous. It's
first of all, don't even give them that much credit, Gene. They actually do claim Antifa. I'm watching CNN and Comedy Central, which is almost the same in my view. They've both said Antifa. What does it stand for? Anti-fascists. So they're claiming them. They've claimed Antifa. They don't think Antifa is a bad thing. So if you claim them, then you have to accept everything that comes along with them. The right does not claim white supremacists. The left throws that on us, and we don't claim that. That's ridiculous. White supremacists throughout history are socialists. That is as far from conservative as you can get. What was the Nazis were socialists. They were not capitalists or Christians. This is insanity.
It's a whole rewriting of revisionist history. I totally agree with you. But it's interesting to see how this is playing out on the streets. And it seems to me, Russ, as we reach the polls here, I'll give you the last word on the subject, then we'll go to final thoughts. It seems to me that the American electorate, those much sought after independents, are really souring on progressives and the left as the Kavanaugh circus rolled out and the subsequent protests rolled out, and now we're seeing this escalation of violence coming from them as well.
Listen, they get it, Gene. The independents get it. Most Americans get it. I think even Democrats get it. When they go low, we kick them. What does that mean? Hillary said we can't be civil with these people that are trying to destroy our country. Are they insane? Gene, who was the last politician to be shot Steve Scalise, a Republican, by a nut job who worked for Bernie Sanders, who went to go shoot Republican politicians. That's insanity. And if it was a Democrat, remember when that Democratic woman got shot out west somewhere?
Gabby Giffords, yes.
Gabby Giffords. There was memorials. There was all kinds of things that for her every year and every few weeks. This guy was shot by a nut job on the Bernie Sanders campaign, and it was like a 2-second blurb on the news. We never hear about it again. Come on.
And that's why Kelly Paul is now, sleeping with a gun next to her.
Yes! So, Rand Paul, sitting senator, was beaten up by a Democrat neighbor of his. Come on, man.
It's and I think that's where we let it lie right now, because it's time for final thoughts, Russ. And, man, it's great to have you back for all this, but I can't wait to hear Russ Gallo, the voice of an angry America, give me his final thought. I'm letting you take the whole thing. My thought is, man, it's just great to have you back.
Listen, my final thought, as you know, I'm a man of the people. What was my old title here? I forgot what it was.
You've had so many titles. You were what is it? The
Master of Race Relations.
Yeah, Master of Race Relations, voice of an angry America.
Yeah.
So like beer, all that.
So I'm going to switch over from Master of Race Relations. I think gender relations here. So I want to just talk to the women in our audience for a minute. Listen, ladies, if you want to be taken seriously, put your big boy pants on and join the winning team here. If you feel like someone assaulted you, go to the effing police. Don't go to parties where you get gang raped 10 times in a row. First time, that's enough. Go to the police. Stop going. Warn all your friends. They're raping everybody up in here. All right, this is insanity. If you want to be taken seriously, you can't claim to be equal and then hide behind some cloak. All right, and I know I'm going to be taken the wrong way. Most women don't. Obviously, I'm tongue in cheek here. Most women don't accept what's been going on with Kavanaugh. They know it's ridiculous. Okay, they know it. And maybe what happened 30, 40, 50 years ago, women were afraid to come forward. You guys are tough. All right, come forward. Don't allow these things to sit for 30 years and then have no corroborating evidence and expect to ruin a man's life, because it's just not going to happen. All right? You have sons, you have husbands, you have fathers. It's not going to happen. Gene, I'm done. My blood pressure's through the roof. I want to strangle somebody right now.
Except white women. You guys stay quiet. But that'll be it for the show. Because if you're white, they don't want to hear from you, right, Russ? But that's it for the show. I want to thank, of course, Russ for finally making it on with us. It's been basically my fault why we haven't gotten together. But we're going to be doing this on the regular a lot more. But until next week, even though we had a lot of fun, we had some laughs, got some serious topics, did some constitutional wonking, it's time to shut this sucker down. I want to thank everybody for coming on the show and listening to us. I want to thank Russ for doing this. Check us out at www.behindenemylinesradio.us. But until next week, from the People's Republic of New York. Russ, you ready to shut it down?
Gene, shut this mofo down.
All right, from the People's Republic of New York, Gene and Russ behind enemy lines, we are out of here. Good night, folks.
Our position has been compromised. It's time to roll out. Report for debriefing at www.behindenemylinesradio.us and look for regular communications via Facebook and Twitter at BEL_radio. You are the resistance. Behind Enemy Lines. A rock radio production. Back in 7 days. Out.